Singapore is committed to intensifying defence collaborations with both regional and global partners by strengthening strategic partnerships with key nations. Defence Minister Dr. Eng Hen says the country needs to be self-reliant when it comes to protecting itself. But Singapore also needs to expand its network of friends and partners where interests align. Sabrina Ng reports.
A need for stronger regional partnerships to tackle security challenges. During his speech in Parliament, Dr. Ng discussed closer defence ties between Singapore and Indonesia. These ties in part stem from a defence cooperation agreement between the two that's been effective since March 2024. He'll also highlighted a meeting between Prime Minister Wong and President Prabowo in November. Both leaders supported more military cooperation, like joint training in Kalimantan. Later this year, the Air Forces will begin their first joint air patrol.
For Malaysia, we have good relations. It's our closest neighbour. Malaysia is at the helm of ASEAN this year and will support their chairmanship as they uphold ASEAN centrality and unity.
Globally, partnerships like the Five Power Defence Arrangements marks its 54th year.
As geopolitics becomes more unpredictable, it will affect our state-to-state relations with other countries. And that will also impact defense capabilities. MINDEF takes reference from our overall foreign policy.
As tensions between the US and China rise, Dr. Ng highlights that Singapore's defence relations with both countries have continued to flourish, supported by frequent high-level exchanges. With China, Singapore continues strong military cooperation through exercises and meetings, with plans to deepen engagement further.
The US is a major security cooperation partner, and our collaborations with the Department of Defense and military are extensive. We are not a treaty ally, but it's plain that our military engagements and mutual benefits have grown over the years.
Dr. Ng adds that he looks forward to strengthening defence relations under the Trump administration. He has also invited US Secretary of Defence Pete Hegseth to this year's Shangri-La Dialogue, which will be held in Singapore later this year.
Dr. Ng says the SAF is making concrete plans to provide medical assistance to the people of Gaza, but he adds it is currently not safe to do so as the risks are high and unlikely to subside for some time.
We do not want to put SAF soldiers and civilian volunteers in harm's way there. But there are other options in the region, whether it's in Egypt, Jordan or UAE, as more civilians from Gaza have gone to receive treatment over the past months. They're already seeing that, and the SAF medical teams, together with MOH medical teams, may be able to deploy to such a place in the coming months.
MP for Chua Chu Kang GRC Zulkarnain Abdul Rahim asked about the size of the deployment in terms of manpower and medical equipment. Dr. Ng says his ministry is still evaluating the situation, but adds that a potential deployment could last several weeks or even months if there's a need.
We could also deploy on land or use a hospital ship, so there are many details, but ultimately we recognize that as a humanitarian situation, we want to give assistance, medical assistance, and we think that the SAF can contribute